North Carolina State, South Carolina getting after it. Will Gunter from the all-new early game joins us from 107.5 The Game. This particular game at 3 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN. Again, Wolfpack and the Gamecocks, a couple teams that went 7-6 and 6-7 respectively. In preparation for this, Will, you know, we kick around college football all the time. I know that you keep your eye on just about everybody relevant across the country, and with the ACC and the SEC kind of crossing footprints there and battling for recruiting ground, and you're right on the coast with both of these teams. Anything in particular, though, that you learned about North Carolina State in the last several weeks in preparation for this game?
No, Dave Doran did what most would consider a great job of keeping things close to the vest in his program. It's only that we're covering Will Muschamp, who does one of the best jobs in the country of keeping things close to the vest. Again, we're going to base this game off of 2016, which is not fair. Jake Bentley's 9 months older than the last time we saw him. Ryan Finley, the quarterback for NC State's 9 months older than when we saw him lighting up Vanderbilt. North Carolina State's missing Matt Days. South Carolina's getting Sky Moore back. But we didn't really, whether it was spring games or whatever, maybe we didn't learn anything. So with that in mind, everything that we're basing this game on is on 2016. And there's been a lot of changes, definitely to South Carolina's program. Again, experience and growth, adding key players. The same thing with NC State, experience and growth, but losing a few guys like, again, a Matt Days. So we're basing a lot of this game, our predictions, our thoughts, on what we witnessed last year, which was an inconsistent North Carolina State team, a team that was, I've talked about it, Mark, on my radio show. North Carolina State went into the final game of the year against North Carolina 5-6. There was talk if North Carolina State lost that game, Dave Doran could be fired. He wins the game. They beat Vanderbilt in the bowl game, and all of a sudden they're a top 25 team. South Carolina, on the other hand, lost 3 of their last 4 games. They lost to Florida. They beat Western Carolina. They were blown out by Clemson. They lost to South Florida in a bowl game. Yet there's excitement about that program. So it's kind of one of those weird things where the middle of November last year, these were 2 teams that were kind of on the same plane. I think it's even teams, but we're basing this game on pretty much 2016 and not what these teams are today.
Yeah, for NC State, they're stuck in kind of a middle ground between the low portion of that division, Syracuse, Boston College, and Wake Forest, although the Demon Deacons matched them in record last season. And then, like I mentioned off the top, what seems to be an almost insurmountable task to get up to the Clemson, Florida State level. Louisville, a very good football team and football program under Bobby Petrino.